Hello everyone and welcome to GED. This is going to be part of my quick class review series for the 6 classes included in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Today we are doing the ZERKER, not a class I myself am particularly interested in due to the melee aspect of it, but I know there's a lot of people out there that are really curious to build some melee style characters because it's something that really we've never seen before in the Borderlands series other than maybe Krieg, and there might be an outlier there. But anyways, let's just dive into the Berserker, and I'll give you some thoughts and opinions on this beautiful, lovely, barbarian-esque class. So they are frost-infused bruisers who complement their firepower with an onslaught of brutal up-close personal melee attacks. When confronted with a problem, the Berserker's instinct is to turn it into a popsicle and punch their way to a solution. They're hardy warriors that hail from the frozen mountains, a long line of ancestors who train their bodies to withstand and even harness the bitter cold of icy winters. In battle, Berserkers prefer to do their fighting up close and personal, taking it to the front lines with a maelstrom of exceptionally chilly death. Okay, so similar to a Zane build, this is going to be doing a lot of frost-related mechanics. So let's just go into the class feat. Rage of the Ancients. Using an action skill causes the Fate Maker to become enraged. So it's a barbarian rage, adding frost damage to their attacks. Enraged duration will not deplete while an action skill is active and ends if your Fate Maker enters Save Your Soul, which is the down state in Wonderlands. Activating an action skill when already enraged restores a portion of the enraged timer. So basically, as long as you can get a cooldown on this, on your action skill to get it to a certain breakpoint, you can increase your rage exponentially in terms of duration, which is pretty cool. So again, it's all about the frost damage, and it's to be seen what frost damage is really going to play a role in Wonderlands. We know, it's your typical break white health bars style elemental. I couldn't think of the word there. Elemental bonus, but I don't know. We'll see exactly how well it plays. Their action skills: Dreadwind. You spin and you slash everything nearby with a melee weapon and become a pain tornado. Grants increased movement speed and slow immunity. Okay, I like the concept of this. I like the concept of the spinning, the death. But the thing is, and here's the key point, guys. As of right now, we don't know if there's any class modifiers to action skills. They have not revealed anything that modifies Dreadwind. So in its base state, it is okay. It's interesting. It's very up and personal in their face. But the thing is, if you're in their face, they're in your face, and you're going to be taking a ton of damage while you're in melee range in Borderlands. So it's just not something me personally enjoys, trying to fight through the pain of getting up into the enemy's face and spinning in a whirlwind of death. Now, if there were class modifiers on the gear or the weapons or the rings and amulets in Wonderlands, yeah, it's going to be amazing because you're going to get different stuff that happens when you Dreadwind. But as of right now, and I don't know why they've done this in Wonderlands, there's no class modifiers for action skills, which is a bit concerning. The next one, though, Feral Surge. You leap towards your target and deal frost damage to all nearby enemies. Any non-boss enemies that take damage will be instantly killed if their total hit points is below a certain percentage. And if it kills an enemy, its cooldowns reset. Now, this is an ability that I could get behind. You literally charge into the enemies and blow them up. If they're low health, just bam, insta-killed, which is really good. And the reset, so you can be ping-ponging around the map, killing the lighter enemies while the big bosses are left standing and you just wail into them. I don't know. I think if I was to vote between these two, Feral Surge would win it hands down, just because it's like a dash slam. Hey, who doesn't love slam attacks in Wonderlands, right? Alright, passive skills. Tier 1. And for all the Tier 1s across all the classes, they're kind of lackluster. Most of them, 95% of them, are just damage increase. And as we see here, Ancestral Frost, Frost damage is increased. Savagery, melee damage increase. Enraged duration. Unyielding, a percentage of missing health regenerates over time, while enraged, this is doubled. So basically you've got frost damage, melee damage, enraged duration, and missing health regeneration. If you were gonna become a glass cannon build, of course you're going frost damage, you're maxing that out. If you're going for the melee build, which again, it's to be seen how good melee weapons are going to be in Wonderlands. So far in the demos we've seen, they have not performed well. You have melee damage. We'll see what the devs do to kind of increase the weapon players. Okay, tier 2. We got Icebreaker. You gain increased damage dealt to enemies that are slowed. So all your attacks are going to be doing frost damage, so that's good, increased damage. The closer they are to being frozen, the more the damage is increased. So basically, if you get fast-firing weapons and you're stacking up frost damage, this is going to multiply your damage in frost. The old ways. The Fate Maker deals bonus damage and gains increased damage reduction the closer you are to the enemy. So this one might start bringing your melee weapons into play, because if you're up there swinging, slashing, if you got a shotgun build, you're going to be doing more damage the closer you are to their faces. And then the last one, Instinct. Reload speed is increased, weapon swap, and enrage is doubled. In Borderlands, I've never ever really gone a reload build, just because most weapons reload at a decent rate. Reload speed and weapon swap speed is something that it's nice to have, but it really doesn't give you that extra oomph you like to have. So Instinct is probably a hard pass, I would say, between these two. Even if you were like 3 points here, you would probably go 2 points in Old Ways just to bring that closer damage reduction into play, because a lot of enemies charge at you, and more damage, more resistance is always good. The Berserker tier 3, Cold Snap. Movement speed is increased. Movement speed is nice. Frost efficiency is increased. Okay, more freezing. And while in rage, it's doubled. So you're moving faster, you're doing more frost. All right, cool. Unarmored defense. A portion of the ward is reserved, but your maximum health is increased. Okay, this is very similar to the shields in Borderlands 3, where it kind of takes your ward out of the equation of your character health and boosts just your red bar. So again, that's going to play into stuff like health regeneration. Where'd it go? It's up there somewhere. Health regeneration is because you have a bigger health bar, right? Third item in this tier is Blood Frenzy. Kill steals restore a portion of your enrage timer and percentage of your health. So okay, so these are gonna kind of double down where you got maximum health and you got percentage restored on kill. So you're gonna be kind of a tanky, rush in, kill stuff, and heal off of it style player. Not my cup of tea. Okay, I'm just saying that again. I'm sorry if anyone's watching this and they're like, whoa, why are you harping on the Berserker? It's just me personally. My play style is more of a ranged gun play, of course, with Borderlands. But for those that like to rush in and blow stuff up really close, I mean, this is your guy right here. Ancient Fury. Maximum health is increased and splash damage is increased. Okay, possible, like, I don't know, maybe a spell splash damage or a bazooka style gameplay, maybe. Get that splash damage in there. Your leap attack also does splash damage, so that's gonna help with your active abilities, right? Relentless Rage is only 1 point. If the Fate Maker damages an enemy while in Save Your Soul, which is the down state, its duration is extended. Okay, so if you kill an enemy also, you'll pop right up and become enraged. So basically, this is your it will not die style combat skill point right here. It's probably good to take 1 point because you never want to run out of duration when you're downed. And as you kill things, you just pop up and become all that much more stronger because you're enraged. So that's pretty cool. This class is probably going to be pretty hard to take out, just because they're getting that health bonus, they're getting that enraged state that adds that frost damage, adds everything, move faster, run faster, more health, better, faster, stronger type It's pretty cool. Number 5, tier 5, Blast Chill. Whenever the Fate Maker deals melee damage, there's a chance to release a Frost Nova, dealing frost ability damage. So again, you're going in, you're swinging your melee weapon, chance to get that proc of Frost Nova, which is going to do an AoE blast, killing more stuff and feeding your hunger to heal, to stay enraged, to go just wild. Iron Squall. Okay, here we go. Fire rate is increased, melee attack speed is increased, and doubled when enraged. So you're shooting faster, you're swinging faster. This is a good tier. A lot of good things in this tier right here. So, moving on. Your Capstone is a kill skill. The Fate Maker's action cooldown is reduced. If the action skill is active, its duration is extended. So basically, Blood of the Fallen is meant to keep you leaping around or spinning and killing stuff, to stay enraged, to feed those kills, to feed your health bar, to feed your melee damage, and you're basically freezing everything around you. Pretty cool, very cool. But we're gonna have to see exactly how good melee weapons actually are in Borderlands Wonderland, or sorry, Wonderlands, because it just they haven't shown themselves to be amazing yet. I'm sure we're gonna find legendary drops, legendary mods that just add a whole new level to the Berserker, to the Clawbringer, to those Stabomancers that want to just go full melee and go crazy with it. Um, it's to be seen. It's to be seen. Berserker, all in all, if you liked Zane in Borderlands 3, if you like those freeze builds, this is your class right here, because even if you choose to go kind of a ranged gun build, that it's still got a bunch of nice traits like the generic frost damage traits, the fire rates, the healing with kills that kind of feed into that Berserker Enrage. And again, Enrage itself, when you're doing bonus frost damage and you're just like going crazy, hey, there's a lot of multi-class combinations that would probably go quite well with having some frost damage on their attacks. Anyways, guys, we'll talk about multi-classing later, but let me know what you think about the Berserker.